Hello, people. Whew. Hello, people of the universe. Welcome to my planet. Now, today is very exciting because it is currently April 4th. I may or may not have filmed this exact video March 22nd. But I didn't like the way it turned out, so I'm refilming it. No biggie. So, this video is going to be my spring and summer TBR. It's what I at least hope to be able to read all of these books, which is a giant stack up to here, right here, plus 3 down here. I hope to read all of these books in 6 months, which honestly I think is doable. I'm not sure. A few of them are rereads, yes, of course. But, you know, who's to say if that's wrong or not? I don't think it's wrong. Oh, I forgot a book. Anyway, let's just get on to the video, and yeah. So, first off, Chronicles of Avonlea. This is by Lucy Maud Montgomery, which is the same author of the Anne of Green Gables series, which I think is like an 8-book series or something like that. So this book, I'm just going to read you the synopsis. In stories filled with the magic of love, you'll laugh as a spinster cleverly tricks a shy suitor to propose. You'll hold your breath in suspense as old man Shaw waits his daughter's return to Avonlea, bringing him another chance for happiness or terrible disappointment. In these 12 unforgettable tales, intriguing new characters welcome the reader into their hearts and world and teach us to better understand our own. So I'm very excited for this. So there's like 12 different stories in here that with different people and stuff like that, and I would really like to read it. Next is a nonfiction book called Pinhook, Finding Wholeness in a Fragmented Land. Now, this book is basically about Pinhook Swamp. It's a vital watershed and wildlife corridor linking the Great Southern Wilderness of Okefenokee Swamp and Osceola National Forest. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm actually really excited. It's pretty simple, pretty short, pretty to the point, and yeah, I don't know if I'll get to this. I might read this in the summertime, I might not read it at all, who knows, but it's just a book that I found at a thrift store and I thought, why not, right? Next is Brambley Hedge, A Spring Story by Jill Barklam. This is a super small, tiny little children's book, and it's really cute. They have the most darling illustrations. I don't even know if you can see it, but they're adorable. There's actually 4 Brambley Hedge books. Well, there's more than 4 Brambley Hedge books, but these are the seasonal Brambley Hedge books. You have a spring, summer, autumn, and a winter story. And then there's other ones, and I don't know what they are, but these are at least the seasonal ones. So I read this before last year in December, but I would like to read it in the springtime, because I'm all about cottagecore. Next is less cottagecore, and that is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I have not read this yet, and I would like to read it. It is like a fantasy fairy tale. I'm not really sure. I'll read you the synopsis. Young Tristan Thorne will do anything to win the cold heart of beautiful Victoria, even fetch her the star they've watched fall from the night sky. But to do so, he must enter the unexplored lands on the other side of the ancient wall that gives their tiny village its name. But beyond that old stone barrier, Tristan learns lies fairy, where strange things can happen to a determined lad chasing his heart's desire, and where nothing, not even a fallen star, is what he imagined. A twisting, wondrous tale full of magic that only Neil Gaiman could have written. So, yeah, I'm excited. This is the movie edition, so they have pictures from the movie. You know, I would have preferred if it was just a regular book, and also if it was an actual paperback and not a mass market paperback, just because I don't like the smell of acid. Anyway, doesn't matter. Next is Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. This is also a mass market paperback, and I found it at a thrift store, and I'm very, very, very excited to read it. Now, if I understand correctly, this is about a man who travels around the world in 80 days on like a bet, I think. Someone doesn't believe that someone can do that, and he tries to travel around the world in 80 days on all these different things, on like ships and planes, and I don't even know when this was published, so I don't even know if planes were real back then, but yeah, I'm excited. Next is Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This is a Wordsworth Collector's Edition that I got for Christmas last year, and it was on my Christmas wish list, and it's really adorable and very pretty and beautiful, such as myself. But yes, I'm really excited to read this because it's Alice in Wonderland. It's a classic, amazing tale. So yeah, excited. Next is a reread, and it is probably my all-time favorite book, and that is Peter Pan by James Matthew Barrie, or J.M. Barrie. So I've read this 4 or 5 times. I've listened to the audiobook so many times, and it was so good. I sometimes like play it when I'm about to go to bed, just to help me fall asleep, like a bedtime story, and it's so nice. But yeah, one of the most funniest chapters is The Never Bird, chapter 9. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is a Puffin Classics edition. Okay. Next is also a reread, and that is Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. Illustrated by Ernest H. Shepard. Now, I read this also, well, I started in November of last year, and I ended in December of last year. It took me a while to read, but I was savoring it. It's such a good book. It's so heartwarming, so sweet. I love the ending chapter. There's one chapter, and I don't know which chapter it is, but it's my favorite. And sorry, it's awesome. I think it might be, yeah, chapter 6, in which Eeyore has a birthday and gets 2 presents. Now, this is adorable. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's absolutely adorable. And we all know who Eeyore is, the little depressed donkey. But it's really funny what happens, and really just cute and heartwarming. So I'm very excited to read that again. Next is the second book in the Winnie the Pooh series, and that is The House at Pooh Corner, also by A.A. Milne, also illustrated by Ernest H. Shepard. Right? Yes. So this is the second book in the series, and there's 2 other books in the series, but they're both poetry collections, so not really part of the series, but they're having to do with Winnie the Pooh and like other things as well. So yeah, House at Pooh Corner, excited for that. Next is a non-fiction book, and that is Messages from the Masters, Tapping into the Power of Love by Brian Weiss, or Weiss, I'm not really sure. But this is a metaphysical guidebook, and this is from the author of Many Lives, Many Masters, which I still haven't finished, and I would also like to finish that before I start reading this, which I really need to finish it, because I only have like 4 chapters left. Next is one that I'm really hoping to read in the summertime while going to the beach, just because it seems like that sort of book, and that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now, this is a deluxe edition that I picked up from a thrift store, and it's actually signed by the author, which I didn't know until I looked inside when I got home. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now, I would have probably preferred a little bit more the paperback version just for reading, but you know what? It's nice, and I like the inside a lot. So yeah, I'm excited because I really would like to read this on the beach in the summertime and maybe in the springtime too. The thing is what I love about a lot of books is a lot of books have really short, well, sorry, not a lot of books actually have short chapters, and short chapters are really awesome. Because there's this thing that somebody created or discovered is success leads to motivation, leads to success, leads to more motivation. So when you have short chapters in a book and you already finished a chapter, you're like, well, I still have time, I'm going to read another chapter because I just already read 1 chapter, and you read another chapter and it's so short, and then you keep reading chapters because of how short they are. If that makes any sense. So yeah, this has really short chapters. Also, the words are really spaced out and large, and it's just an all-around short book as well. So I'm pretty excited for this. And this is like a YA thriller, I believe, from like 14 to 16 years, or like 14 and up, of course. Yeah. Next is The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes and His Last Bow by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now this is a short story collection, I believe. I think it has like 12, something like that, short stories, and then His Last Bow, I'm not really sure. I think that's just an all-around an actual book. But The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes is 12 short stories. So I would like to read a few short stories in this collection. This is also a Wordsworth Collector's Edition, and I actually made my own little bookmark for it. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't. I don't know if it's even focused. But yeah, I would like to read this, or at least a few of the short stories in it. Yeah. Next is one that I've already started reading. One that I've already started reading, and that is The Marvelous Land of Oz. Now this is 2 books in one. I found a stack of these books, all different stories, not from the Oz series, all different stories, 7 of them for $7 at a thrift store. They were literally a stack on the top of the shelf, rubber banded, and I picked it up, and they smell amazing. If you like the smell of books, these are like the jackpot. They smell so good. I don't even know how to explain it. Anyway, I'm in the process of reading The Marvelous Land of Oz, and I'll tell you, it's such a magical experience when you're reading it in like one of the original publications of that book. And like when I was reading the chapters with the smell. With the smell of the book, and it's just like old worn pages and there's original illustrations, I was loving it. I was having such a good time. So I'd like to finish reading that. And then, going along with that, I would like to read the 3rd book in the series as well, which is Ozma of Oz, or Ozma, I'm not really sure which one. This is Oz the Complete Collection, Volume 1. There are 5 volumes of this specific collection, and I have the first 2 volumes. And I would like to finish reading The Marvelous Land of Oz, which is the 2nd book in the series, and also start reading and try and finish the 3rd book in the series. These aren't like short books, but they're really easy to fly through. Next is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Now this is a book that I also got for Christmas, and I'm very excited about it. Because I love the Princess Bride movie. I grew up watching it, and it's one of my comfort movies. And also, I forgot his name, but the guy who plays Wesley, awesome. Also plays in Psych, one of my all-time favorite TV shows, as Pierre Despereaux. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Awesome! I can't wait to finish reading this. I've started reading it, but I have not finished. And I would like to read this in the spring and summertime, but you know what? I can also read it in the fall time and the winter time. It doesn't really matter because it's just an all-around seasonal, amazing book. So I'm very excited to read that. Next is another Sherlock Holmes book, and that is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This is another classics to grow on edition. Now I started reading this. I started reading The Scarlet Letter. Not The Scarlet Letter. I'm sorry. A Study in Scarlet. Sorry, Study in Scarlet. Got like the first 2 chapters in, I think. But yeah, I'm excited to read that. Finish reading it, I should say. Next is a whole big stack of Arcturus Holdings Limited editions, which is Arcturus is a publishing company. So next, the first is Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, I want to say. Sewell. Yeah. And for these Arcturus books, I'm going to read you the descriptions because I'm not a good... I can't describe. See? I'm not very good with words, as you can see. I think we all know the story of Black Beauty, but I'm going to read the synopsis because they're pretty short. Black Beauty is a horse with a glossy coat and a white star on his forehead. Life in the field with his mother is idyllic. But when Beauty is sold to a new owner, he embarks on a dramatic journey that will take him from the stables of the rich to the impoverished streets of Victorian London. So, yeah, I'm very excited, and it has illustrations as well, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. And you know what, I might not get to this year, which is totally fine. I just wanted to throw it in there because it's Black Beauty, it's a classic, and it's an animal story, which I'll always read about animal stories. I've also heard it's pretty sad, so bonus. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Now, yeah, I'm excited. This also has illustrations, I think. Yeah. I'll read you the synopsis. Mary Leno is an unhappy and unloved little girl. Sent to live at her uncle's gloomy manor in Yorkshire, she's determined to hate her new home. But when she unlocks a hidden garden in the grounds, the magic of the place starts to weave its spell on Mary and those around her. So, exciting. Next is one I'm so excited for, and that is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. Now, I read this when I was younger. Yeah, but I read an abridged version of it, so it wasn't like the full story. So I'll read you the synopsis. One sunny spring day, Mole decides to visit the riverbank. There he meets and soon becomes friends with Ratty, Badger, and car-crazy Mr. Toad. Life on the river couldn't be better until Toad's reckless driving lands him in jail. Then the nasty Weasels and Stoats decide to take over Toad Hall. It's up to the friends to save the day. So it's really, really cute, and I'm really excited. This also has illustrations, and it's a really cute animal adventure book. And oh my gosh, I forgot one. Again. I forgot one again. I think that's it. I hope that's it, because I don't want to forget any more. But there could be more. I honestly don't know. Anyway, we'll continue. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. Okay, The Call of the Wild by Jack London. This is a very short book, as you can see, it's very small. Californian family dog Buck is happy spending his days eating and sleeping. That is until he is kidnapped and is forced to work in the frozen north of Alaska as a sledge dog. Passed from owner to owner, Buck sets out on a remarkable journey to ensure his own survival. Will he make it? And, when tested, how hard will he struggle against returning to the wild? Okay. Next is Robin Hood by Henry Gilbert. I'm so excited for Robin Hood. I love, like, medieval tales, especially when they're, like, about animals, like, it's an animal kingdom, but, like, Robin Hood is, like, one of my all-time favorite characters, I guess. So yeah, I'm really excited. Follow the thrilling adventures of Robin Hood and his gang of merry men in Henry Gilbert's famous retelling of this much-loved legend. So this is a retelling. When Robin witnesses how cruelly the peasants are being treated by the lords of the land, he decides to become an outlaw and fight against their tyranny. So, I'm excited. This one also has illustrations. And I grew up on the movie Robin Hood, and I don't remember which one. It wasn't the Disney one. I want to say it was Warner Bros., but it might have been something else. I'm not sure, but it was a live action. Anyway, doesn't matter. Next, I want to finish reading Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery, same author of the Chronicles of Avonlea, as I mentioned before. Now, I'm about a little more than halfway through it. I'm 19 chapters into it. Awesome book. Awesome book. When Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert decide to adopt a boy from an orphanage, they are not sure what to expect. They are in for a surprise when an adventurous, imaginative, red-haired little girl arrives at Green Gables instead. So, there you go. And that's set in the 1800s, written in the 1900s. Next is Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. So, Disney made an adaptation of this called Treasure Island, and then later on they made a sci-fi adaptation of it. So like a retelling. They made a retelling of Treasure Island as sci-fi, and everyone's like aliens, and it's like sci-fi, and instead of Treasure Island, it's Treasure Planet. So amazing. Anyway, I'll read a synopsis. When young Jim Hawkins discovers a mysterious map and a dead man's sea chest, he sets off on a thrilling adventure of pirates, treasure, and villainy. Hired as a cabin boy on the Hispaniola, I think, Jim finds himself in the company of a frightening crew of seamen and is soon taken under the wing of the charismatic but dangerous Long John Silver. So I'm really excited for this one too, because I absolutely love the movie Treasure Planet. Next is Redwall by Brian Jacques. I'm so excited for this one. Now, I don't even think this one has a synopsis. I'll just read you the little thing from the back. An animal world as compelling as that of the wind in the willows, this epic adventure contains elements of all grand quests with heroic archetypes that will keep fans of Tolkien and King Arthur tales engaged to the final battle. So, yeah, I'm excited for that one. So, one of my favorite YouTubers, Darling Desi, she does the best, most aesthetic videos, and her latest video, except when I'm, at least like when I'm speaking now, her latest video that I watched, said one of her new recently read books, and just like one of her new favorite books is Redwall, and she actually got this for her birthday, I think last year, and then she like just recently read it, and she said, and I was like I was waiting for her to like review it so I could know if I like would really like be excited for it. I was already excited because it's an animal kingdom. I was like, it's a mouse kingdom, so how are you not gonna love that, you know? But she said that she absolutely loved it, so I'm excited. Next is 3 more books, and there's probably more that I'm forgetting, but I'm not gonna remember them right now, so we're just gonna forget about them for the time being. First is The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams, I want to say. Because it's like weird writing, but I think it's Marjorie. Anyway, this is a classic, of course. I don't think I have a synopsis on this one, so. But it's a short children's book, and I'm really excited. Next is The Complete Adventures of Peter Rabbit. Now this includes 4 tales. I've already read Peter Rabbit, but I'll probably just reread it because it's awesome. We have The Tale of Peter Rabbit, The Tale of Benjamin Bunny, The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies, The Tale of Mr. Todd. So yeah. Awesome. And last book, but I probably have more that I'm not remembering, whatever, is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now this has amazing, ginormous illustrations. This is a really big paperback book that I got from thriftbooks.com, and it's awesome. So yeah, I love it. Oh wait, I have to redo the thing, sorry. Okay. Okay, Tolkien's atmospheric fantasy of Middle-earth and the unassuming hobbit who joins a party of dwarves in their quest for a fabled treasure hoard is beloved by adults and children alike. So, there you go. So yeah. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you maybe got some good recommendations from this. I mean, I haven't read these yet. The only 2 I've read are Winnie the Pooh and Peter Pan, and I highly suggest both of them, especially Peter Pan, but Winnie the Pooh is such an amazing book too, and they're both really amazing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy reading the books if you read at all. So yeah, I will see you whenever I post a video next. I'm trying to get more regular with this thing, and I'm working on it. Filming the videos is more fun than editing the videos, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, if anyone's watching. Goodbye.